Have you ever found you had an amazing idea for a blog post or a YouTube clip or even a LinkedIn post and you just couldn't find a pen and paper? The idea was gone as quickly as it came. It can be super frustrating, right? Well, that's where Airtable comes in. Airtable is a great tool to create an idea form where you can track all of your ideas just as they come in. You can then manage them and make sure that you're on top of everything all in one place. For example, let's say you're in the shower and you have a genius idea for a video about the benefits of using a planner. Well, in theory, all you have to do is pull out your phone, maybe dry your hands a little bit, open the form, and there you have it. Just upload the idea. I mean, you could, in theory, buy one of those pads that are in the shower, but I really wouldn't advise on that. Plus, what happens if this happens while you're jogging or while you're waiting in the car for the kids? It really is this easy. Let me walk you through the process. Create a new Airtable base. A base is essentially a spreadsheet, but way cooler and more powerful. You'll need a table for your new ideas. We'll just use the default table that comes with it. Let's remove all these extra fields that we don't need because we want to define our own fields. Now let's customize our database by adding the fields that we want to use in our form. So for example, let's say we want to have a title. Short single line text is enough. Next, we're going to want to give a short brief for an idea. So brief or content or description, call this whatever you want. Now we want this to be a place where we could put more data, more information. So we're going to use long text. You can actually also enable rich text formatting, and this will give you more flexibility in creating headers and bold and italics. The next thing we want to do is add a column for categories. So this could be what topics we're talking about. Now we can have this as a single line text and simply type it up every time, or we can create this as a single select field. And let's say we have various categories that we always talk about. Once we have all of our fields set up, and there's so many more that we could add here, let's create a form. Simple click of a button. We're going to call this idea form. By default, Airtable pulls all of the columns that you've created into the form. You can add or remove any field as you see fit. This name field isn't really serving our purpose because we're using the title as the name. So let's go back to the grid view and just create this as an ID. So I'm going to add a column to the right, and I'm going to call this number, and this is going to be an auto number field. Basically gives me an auto number. Every record will now get a number. Next, I'm going to rename this column as ID. And I'm going to make this into a formula field. This gives me a little bit of flexibility on what ID I can give to each piece of content. So we're just going to call this ID, and any text needs to be in quotations. I'm going to put a space, and then we're going to add the number field and ampersand and link to the number field. Notice how the number field turns into blue. That's going to be ID1, ID2, ID3. You don't have to call it ID, call it whatever you want. We go back to the form, we're going to see that the ID is no longer here. The name is no longer here because basically we're just using it for our own needs because it's going to automatically be filled. So the form now has title, brief or content, and the different categories. And when I open my form, this is what it will look like. And now it's really, really simple. Anytime an idea strikes, whether you're in the shower or cooking, you can quickly and easily add it to your Airtable base. And the best part is you can access this from anywhere. So you have a place to put your ideas even on the go. But Airtable isn't just for capturing ideas. It's also great for organizing them. Let's create a second table with our content pillars. So we can talk about content creation. We can talk about workflows, we can talk about recipes. Let's say those are our 3 pillars. Next thing we want to do is we want to connect our content to our pillars. So we're going to create a new column and we're going to link it to our pillars. And we're going to allow linking to multiple records to multiple pillars because one content item can talk about multiple pillars. So now every time I have an idea, I can just link it to whatever pillar is relevant. Airtable has a ton of other features that can help you manage your ideas, like the ability to create views and filters, collaborate with team members, and even integrate with other tools and apps. In short, using an idea form in Airtable can help you capture and organize your ideas so you never miss a good one. So the next time you have an amazing idea, don't worry about finding a pen and paper. Just pull out your phone and open the form. And the best bit, Airtable has such a great app that you can then go in and manage everything on the fly. This is just one example of how you can make your workflow more efficient. I talk more about the importance of setting up a workflow in this clip right here. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want more content about making your business more efficient. See you in the next one.